Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. 7.2.4 Head Rush, Tenacity and Stun Vulnerability. Let's jump right into it. So Head Rush is whenever there are 12 debuffs that are purified on the opponent or they shock them off, they're gonna be passively stunned. And if you're running Superiority, every 6th debuff purified, it will stun them passively. Couple that with stun vulnerability, so whenever they are stunned they will take extra damage, and also there's going to be tenacity 3 on the defender, so it will be easier and faster for them to remove the debuffs that you apply on them. Now if you want to have superiority here, you need to bring in champions that are with class disadvantage, so your skill champions and mutant champions will work here, because most of the champions defenders on the path are going to be your tech or mutant defenders. And also there's going to be skill ascendancy level 3, so your skill champions will receive 40% extra damage, and also mutant champions will gain 20% extra damage. Just avoid using size champions because they get minus 40% attack penalty. So yeah guys, also some other champions work really well are the ones that can passively stun opponents. So for example, your Magneto X, your Storm Pyramid X, and also Apocalypse works really well here. The boss we're going to attempt is going to be a Nova. We're going to do it with the Venom, so stay tuned guys. And before we jump into the part, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications, and leave a comment down below. All of that really helps me out a lot. Going to be a storm, so you can just simply bring in any bleeder or any shock damage. Black Widow, Deadly Origin works really well, and it's all about applying as much as bleeds as possible. So the more she will shrug off with tenacity, every 6th debuff she will shrug off, she will get passively stunned, and with passive stuns you will and stun vulnerability you will do more damage, because you're running superiority with a class disadvantage champion, so you will need only 6 debuffs that to passively stun her. So just bring in a champion that applies many bleeds or applies a lot of debuffs and you are good to go. Some other options can be Gwenpool, can also be Black Panther OG. Blade will work really well here. Mole Man would work amazingly well. Once you go into frenzy, he will apply so many bleeds and you can just stun lock the opponent sort of and kill them off. So it's entirely your choice. Pretty simple and straightforward and fun node. Next up is going to be a Vulture. Now I am going to use Archangel here because of class disadvantage, so I can make use of that head rush node with superiority. I will need only 6 different debuffs for him to shrug off, so I can passively stun him, and together with all the poisons and bleeds that he applies, it's very easy to activate head rush and also the neurotoxins to do a lot of damage. Again, he's also a metal champion, so you can bring in Magneto as well. Okay, I've mentioned Sunspot here, but do not bring Sunspot because he is Incinerate immune. That is, I just noticed it, so apologies for that, guys. And yeah, just simply bring in a champion with a lot of bleeds and just apply those or any debuffs, yeah, apart from Incinerate. And once they will, yeah, once he will shrug them off, head rush will be activated. He will be passively stunned, and together with parry, you will be able to kill him off really quick. Next defender is going to be Kabam Mike. It's going to be Cyclops Red. Again, pretty easy defender to deal with. SP1 and SP2 are easily available. You just need to get the timing right. I am using a Mole Man here, so I will go into Frenzy and then apply all of those bleeds on him, and that will give me a lot of opportunity to stun him because of his shrug off, because of Tenacity 3. So yeah, just bring in a skill champion. You will get extra damage because of skill and ascendancy, and also if you're using a 6-star, that is also extra damage. So with all of that extra damage, the fight will be really short. And then you have a defender, Mysterio, who is probably the most annoying defender in all of this part, so you need to bring a counter for him. I would suggest different armor breakers or somebody who can passively stun him, so you don't have to worry about him shrugging off and hitting you back. You can also use Archangel here, so you can also use another mutant champion. Any mutant champion will work here. I am using a Magneto because he's a metal champion. All of the champions on this path are tech champions are metal, so you can just Magneto them down. Just build up to your SP3 and have those 40 prowess charges, and that would just do the trick and kill him off. Just be very careful that whenever he will use SP1, you need to run out that timer before he returns damage to you, and once the timer is gone, then you can hit him. And also with SP2, be careful of his cloak because he will miss, and with this AI throwing heavies all the time, he gets a little tricky opponent and you can lose 1 or 2 champions here. But if you play it right, he can be solid as well. You can easily kill him off. Again, I'm using Magneto here, who is also a 6-star rank 3, so he has extra damage from X7.2 node as well, from 6-star power, and also because of the node skill ascendancy, he's getting another 20% extra damage, so that's why he is killing him off really faster. If you don't have a 6-star champion, it might get a little tricky, or if you don't have the right champion to deal him, but it might cost you 1 or 2 revives. But yeah guys, you can kill him off. Probably the most annoying fight. Just stick to it and you will be fine. And the final fight before the boss is going to be a Nightcrawler. Now with Nightcrawler, if you're not using a champion that has True Strike or Anti-Evade, just try to switch him up early so he goes into swashbuckling mode and he does not evade. Now the way you do that is to wait for him to swipe back. Once he does swipe back and block, then you dash in and start hitting him in his block and slow down your hits, and that usually will reset the timer. But again, be careful of his evade. He might evade and retaliate when you're trying to switch him. So the easier way I found out is you can either use champion that are parry and heavy, so Archangel can work here, or you can use even Blade here, just use the bleeds. I really like using a Mole Man here. What I would do is I will build up to 8 Monster Mans when I still have that True Strike on me and activate that frenzy, and then go on from there and keep using my heavies to keep the frenzy up, and that will kill him off quick. You can bring in other champions such as Killmonger here as well. You can also bring in Hitmonkey. So essentially any champion that has True Strike, if you don't want to change his mode, will work really nicely here. Skill champion will get all the bonuses. So if you bring in a skill champion that is a 6-star, he will also get extra bonus with that, and that will make a very quick and a short fight. And the boss fight is going to be a very annoying Nova. So first things first, he'll be very aggressive, so you can get him to throw his specials, and also you can intercept him. Second up is going to be a burnout, so every time he throws a special or every time you evade, he gets a burnout charge on him, and once he gets to 10 burnout charges, he is power locked and he takes degen, and that's where you go in and do a lot of your damage. And as well as there's time to strike, so if he's heal blocked or power locked, and if he gains power through supercharge or vigor, that is his other node, he will be instead given a degen for 3 seconds that will deal him damage 100% of the attacker's attack. So yeah, use champions that have power lock or who have heal block, so that will work well. But be careful, he's a Nova, so you need somebody to keep his buffs under control, because if his buffs don't go under control, his damage increases a lot, and then he hits really hard and also goes unblockable. So when you think about counters, the obvious one that's come on your mind are going to be champions that can easily nullify. So Black Widow, Clairvoyant, Doom will work really well. He's also Nova is also a metal champion, so Magneto works also. Sorcerer Supreme, Symbiote Supreme, all of these are good counters to him. Also, I'm gonna use a Venom. Now with Venom, with his SP1 spam, you can not only remove the debuffs from Nova, but you can keep to yourself to get your health, and you can just keep baiting the SP1s, and in that way he will also get the burnout, and the bleeds will also penetrate through his crazy armor. So Venom is also a really good choice, but you need to be really good evading his SP1. Do not push him to an SP2. Now SP2 can be evaded, but you need to get the timing right, and it takes at least 3 to 4 tries to get the timing right on it. But with the SP1 is much more easier to evade, so I would suggest you to keep it that way and keep eating away the buffs on him so he does not get unblockable, and the bleeds will eventually kill him off. But if you have a Doom, or if you have a Sorcerer Supreme or Black Widow Clairvoyant, that's a much easier option to deal with him, especially Black Widow Clairvoyant with the buff immunity on the opponent. He will not be able to gain any buffs, and he will just be an ordinary fight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and you found the tips and tricks helpful. If you did, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications, and leave a comment down below. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you.